there, this is Linda and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share a walkthrough of my 2020 Week in the Life album. A couple weeks ago, I shared my 2019 Week in the Life album, and as we get closer to Week in the Life this year, I am working on sharing these older albums with you as I prepare to do my project this year later in June. For 2020, I used Ali Edwards' album and kit, and I do have to say that this album broke and I need to find a way to fix it. If anyone has any good tips for how to fix these, I will try to do that. I would have gotten customer service to send me a new one, but at the time this album was sold out and I absolutely love it, so I still wanted to keep my project in here, but I still, I need to find a way to fix that. This year, 2020, life looked very different. It was in the middle of the pandemic, and Week in the Life had both my daughter's birthday in it and the closing on our new house. And at the time I thought, oh my gosh, I don't want to document Week in the Life this week because it is an extraordinary week. It's not an ordinary week, but I ended up just journaling about how this wasn't an ordinary week in our lives, but I'm documenting with the community anyways. And that is something that I hold very close to my heart. And so I'm going to do the same thing this year and document, even though my life is not, in a super documenty place at the moment. I am actually looking forward to this project as a way to share, and reflect on what my life looks like now and how much it has changed. So at this point in time, we lived in a temporary apartment. We had sold our old house, and we were doing this while we were building the new house and closing on it this week. I used the main Week in the Life kit this year, and I cropped down the journaling cards and typed all of my journaling up front, which is something I have done last year. I did last year as well, and I plan to do this year because doing the journaling this way with a prompt, so I did these days for Monday, and putting it all up front brings this album together so much more easily. Then I started with a photo, and I used the same format every day. So I did a 2x2 pocket collage here with some pieces of ephemera from the day. I also included my steps and the weather, and that is something I absolutely loved how it turned out. And then I did some of the same things every day. So I included a gratitude card with something that I was grateful for at that point in time. And then a quote from the day. So this one was a conversation between my daughter and my husband about her love for Timothée Chalamet, which she still is actually kind of obsessed with him. So then I have all of my photos and just kind of including, little bits and pieces, some embellishments here and there, and just so photo heavy. I don't include a ton of journaling cards in a Week in Life. It's really just getting the words and the photos down. In this album, I included a TV or a phone for every day. And here I did the TV for our governor did briefings with pandemic numbers. And so I could see what the numbers were like at this point in time. And, everything was very much shut down. And so it was it's an interesting thing to look back on. And then I closed the day with a large photo in one of these embellishments from the kit. I use the same formula every day for my dividers. And so here for Tuesday, I put the date and I put the checkbox. And these I had created during the Week in Life prep party, which was something that was super fun. And I hope to participate in again this year. So Tuesday was kind of a crazy day because it was the day we closed on our house. So I have this photo of course, my keys in front of the house because that's kind of the photo you have to take, right? And then I did I am thankful as my journaling prompt for Tuesday because that just fits so well with the closing on buying our new house. And then going through all of my photos and everything going on, a lot of my ephemera from the day was related to the house closing. My to-do list. I have a piece of the slip from the bank because we went to get a check for closing. I didn't walk very much. This is stuff from our builder. A grocery list, my daughter's homework, and it's just so fun to look back and see these little pieces of life. A photo of my daughter, I think she's in class, on a Zoom class. Of course, my quote, and stuff for, you know, the closing on our house and our home. Some journaling in here. I added some journaling on my photos with this gold pen from Ali Edwards. I kind of wish I had had like a black paint pen because I don't really like how the gold turned out on the photos, but I love the idea of adding those little snippets of additional words. And then here we are having our very first dinner in our new house with no furniture yet, but just sitting there eating a pizza. And here I included a screenshot of text message with two of my best friends showing them, you know, we got our house. And I had so many photos from the days, so I put in a photo collage here and ending with a photo of our dog. Moving into Wednesday, I am cooking dinner for the very first time in our new house, so I wanted to blow up that photo. And for my journaling, I did today, we. And I have some stuff, you know, about work and life and my daughter, my husband, and just everything going on. So a lot of it was house related. Not necessarily stuff that is everyday life, but we did work. We were working from home, so I got this photo of how we worked in that apartment, telecommuting during the pandemic, and how what that was like. Again, my pieces of ephemera, and moving in to, you know, my quote and some more photos. I did add a few filler cards here and there, really just, you know, if I needed one, because I didn't have an extra photo for that spot. And some more photos from the day, my gratitude for the day. For my screenshot, I included the weather app. I really love these. This is like a pad from Ali that looks like an iPhone, and it was perfect for this. And that's something I might use again in the future. And then my kitchen, which looks spotless here. And I wish it was that spotless now. And then, of course, ending out the evening back in my apartment because we had not officially moved yet. So because we just closed our house, I spent a lot of time painting this week. And, you know, that was kind of, you know, a weird use of my time, but it is what this week was about. So I just shared that. I did around here for Thursday. And so this day, you know, this is them working on my daughter's homework together. He's telecommuting from the new house. We had our Wi-Fi set up, and I took the day off because I was working on painting. So I have, you know, photos of that. We are eating lunch in the new house. Here is how my daughter's room was set up with no furniture, so she could do her school from home. And I went to go buy paint, and, you know, I cooked dinner. And I painted a wall in our bedroom, which was kind of, you know, the big thing I did for the day. My daughter worked on putting photos up in her room. And here was my screenshot for the day, was our new app that controls our oven, because a lot of the things in our house have apps to go with them. And I thought that was super fun to show, you know, those kind of things, because in the future those might look very different. And here I did a progress of painting the wall. Again, this is not a typical week in my life, but I still absolutely love having it documented. And I just love that, you know, this is just a snapshot of what life looked like at this point in time. Moving into Friday, we're still in the apartment, so it's a little bit back and forth. Fridays are for, and that was the prompt I used for journaling. My journaling gets much less towards the end of the week, but that's totally fine. I also take less photos. Friday is usually the least number of photos because I've been doing, you know, the week all along. My ephemera, here I am planning, scrapbooking, my gratitude for the day. I'm wrapping gifts for my daughter's birthday. We have dinner. I always like to include a photo of my planner. I don't use this planner anymore. I do have a planning system, but it's different, so I like seeing how that looks. Telecommuting, cooking dinner, and some texting with my friends, cooking in the new house, and that is, you know, the end of Friday. Saturday was my daughter's birthday, and I had so many photos because it was such a busy day. But I did try to cut it down as much as possible because this album is so thick. Saturday for my journaling here, I did today. We are celebrating, or I am celebrating, because we are celebrating my daughter's birthday. So it was a perfect prompt for that day. She was turning 15, and now she is 17. this was at the time, this was in the pandemic, and this was when everyone was doing those like drive-by birthday parties. So we surprised her with one. So here's her surprised face. Here is, I made her brownie sundaes. So I have photos for that. And I added a few photos outside of the pockets. I didn't do very many outside the pockets in this entire album, which you'll see 2021 is totally different when I share that in a couple of weeks. But I did include a few, and I use these little tabs that I got this idea, I think it was in Allie's album this year, just to add a few additional photos in here. And doing it outside the page protector like that makes it a little, a little different and having some different textures. Packing, of course, to move. More photos from the day, my ephemera page, which I did actually put later in my formula here because I had so many extra photos this day. I had to kind of mix things up a little bit. My gratitude, my quote, and some more photos. And then I had another little insert here. And this way I was able to do a kind of a panoramic photo of the car parade through our neighborhood. And it's so fun to see this. It's so fun to see our yard not yet done because it doesn't look like that anymore. And it's fun to see the neighborhood because we live in a new housing development and we were one of the earlier houses to be built. So it doesn't look like this anymore. There is now a house that's right here. And it's just, it looks so different because, just the neighborhood has changed. And I just love seeing all these little pieces of ordinary life. Here's all of my daughter's birthday gifts that she got. And then I did my screenshot was the Instagram story I shared about her birthday. And again, a photo collage with all these photos from her drive-by birthday party. And ending the day with this photo of me, because we went on a hike earlier in the morning and there were a bunch of photos of that throughout that day. Then moving into Sunday, starting out with a photo of my cat. And he looks so young here, even though he is not that young here, but he looks so different. And it's so strange because you don't think that when you look at your pets that they change so much, but they really do. And so for Sunday, I used the prompt, I want to remember, which I thought was really great for like the end of the week and kind of flipping back. And so here is me, a large photo of my cat visiting our new house for the first time. And I put a little story here about how on the stairs he walks on the wood, not the carpet. And I don't know if that was because our old house, we didn't have carpet on the stairs. They were just wood. And maybe that's what he was used to. I'm not sure. But I just thought it was such a fun little story. Here, again, my ephemera, my gratitude, some photos from the day, some painting we did. Again, more house painting. My quote, just little details. And all the things that we were working on, getting ready for the house, in the new house, not yet furnished because we weren't yet moved in. And then here for my screenshot was a screenshot of the app from my Fitbit and my Fitbit challenge. And I don't do these anymore. I don't have a Fitbit anymore. I use my Apple Watch now. And it's just kind of fun to see that. And then ending out the album with a photo of my cat exploring the new house and then getting the mail at our apartments. And that's just how I didn't really do like a reflection or anything, just close it out at the end of Sunday. And I absolutely love how this album came together. It is so bulky and fun, so different from what I did in 2019. And it's just so fun to see what life looked like at each point in time. So thank you for being here. Let me know if you have any questions. And I will be back sharing my 2021 album with you in a couple of weeks.